This is Elizabeth Clare Brewington, and I am so delighted to bring you on to Discover Bright Side. And Kevin, you've been discovered on Bright Side, and he's launching his new book, Kingdom in the Redwoods. I think it makes a great book for summer reading, and we're going to dive into the book and learn about his fascinating life as well. So let's get to our studio. And we are moving into BW Studios, and it's going one. Hello, Kevin, and welcome, and thank you for waking up so early and for joining me today to talk about your new book. And I first want to introduce you to my audience. So Keven Baxter is a lawyer turned storyteller who creates adventure packed with fun. And really, the book is so fun, and it's infused with God's light and hope. And his captivating storytelling techniques really enthralls you. But listen, guys, he's a lawyer turned author, and he holds degrees in theology, law, and economics and business administration. This is a rare and unique combination, and we'll dive into some questions about that. He currently lives in Southern California with his wife, and he enjoys time outdoors, which explains the Redwood with his daughters and grandsons. So, Kevin, tell me about your journey and about this book.
Yes, well, thank you for having me on as a guest, Elizabeth. I very much appreciate the opportunity. And yeah, it's an odd turn of career to go from being a technology lawyer, working for kind of tech companies, to writing fiction novels. This first story I wrote is for middle grade readers, 9 and up, Kingdom in the Redwoods. And it's a journey of discovery for the kids. Aaron, Benji, and Hannah are living in a world that's lost its way. There's liars and cheaters and just plain mean people. And they're invited to their grandparents' ranch high in the snow-covered mountains. But it's no ordinary ranch. There's something secret, something extraordinary about this ranch. And I don't want to give too much away, but what they discover is an amazing new world. And it takes them on a wild ride where they are asked by the king of this world to save the kingdom. And it challenges them in ways that they least expected. And through that journey, they discover who the king is and who they are. And so it's a beautiful story for kids 9 and up, and it'd be a fun summer read for families to enjoy this summer.
I love it. And tell me about these characters because they're really so fun. Tell me about Aaron, Benji, and Hannah, and about this wonderful king. So yeah, tell me how did you come about these characters?
Well, it's interesting because each character, Aaron, who's 12 years old, he's the oldest brother, and then Benji is 10 years old, and Hannah is 8 years old. And they each respond to kind of this broken world in different ways. Aaron, the oldest, is a bit of a striver. He wants to do the right thing, but he does it on his own. He doesn't trust people. He doesn't trust others. He wants to achieve things on his own. Benji, on the other hand, his younger brother, is a bit of he plays the angles. He thinks he's figured out life, and if there's a way to compromise to get what he wants in life, then he's going to join and take that. And then Hannah, the third member of the family, she sees this world as mean, and it causes fear, and she backs away and wants to step away from the meanness of the world, and it prevents her from taking on the role of a hero. So, one of the sub-themes within the story is that kids can learn to discover the hero inside them. And these 3 characters go on that journey of discovery, and through this journey, they learn to grow and to step away from their fears and to step into their role as heroes that are able to save the kingdom.
Really? And then King Yasha, he sounds really fascinating too. So tell me a little bit about his character.
Yeah, so the world they discover is a beautiful and good world, and it's ruled over by a benevolent king named King Yasha, and he's an artist king, and so he makes beautiful art and he paints the world, and he's in control of everything that goes on in this world. And um, he's wise, he's loving, he's caring, and the children learn that they're made in his image, that he's actually an artist who makes the world what it is, and through that making them in his image, they learn that their life has value, has dignity, has purpose, and it's something to celebrate. And this book really does celebrate family and faith. I'd say if you kind of want to get a feel of the tone of the book, it celebrates the goodness of family and the goodness of faith.
And then, of course, without giving thunder, because everybody, you need to get this book, and I really want to talk to you about bringing it to the book club. But you end the book giving us a question that the road to destruction never ends. I mean, I know this is a good fight between good and evil, but
Yes.
this constant need for faith and God and this battle that we live in. So you've ended us. I shouldn't give the ending away, but um, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So this world they discover, it's ruled by King Yasha, but there's a force that's against King Yasha. The character's name is Malby, and he wants to destroy everything that the king has built. And it's that battle that the kids find themselves in the middle of. They're in the middle of this battle between the forces of good, represented by King Yasha, and the forces of darkness, represented by Malby. And um, this is book one of a 3-book trilogy. And so this book is the first battle, but it doesn't mean that that's the
Yeah.
final battle. And it really leaves the question open. Is there another battle in the coming books that the children have to step into as well?
Yeah, that makes sense. And then I like the locations and the setting. I think this comes from your love for the outdoors too. You've taken us, and then of course Christmas, which we love. That's like my favorite chapter. So tell me a little bit about those locations, and then bringing Christmas into the story. And I think it's so seasonal too. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. So I wanted a story setting that really amplifies and spotlights the goodness of creation. And it's easy in the world around us, to just get busy in our work and going to our office and going to school if you're kids, and losing sight of the fact that we live in this amazing world. Whether it's the tiniest of insects to the beautiful butterflies to the magnificent trees, redwoods in this case, there's so much majesty in the creation that we experience, that part of the kind of subtle theme in the story is to stop and look at the world around us and enjoy the gift that is the beauty of the world.
Yeah, and you've got this great writing style and descriptive pieces. So this is definitely a book I want to put on my list of recommended readings for summer. And I think it's such a great book. Congratulations. The other thing was, now let's get into your journey with the Lord. I'm so grateful that you have a theology background and a lawyer background. So I think that's really in this day and age, because there's such a fight to be in the faith. So tell me your journey. What made you do theology, and your journey with the Lord?
Yes. So I was raised in a church setting, but I have to say it was a little bit lackadaisical in my kind of teen years and young adult years. And as I experienced the miracle of life with my daughters, it's hard not to see a divine, miraculous sense to giving birth to a child. And that caused me to look deeper into my faith, to really ask questions and to pursue answers. And that was really the beginning of the genuine journey of faith. And as a lawyer, I like to root my opinions and beliefs on facts, analysis, research. And so I spent a lot of time reading the Bible and pursuing more knowledge, more understanding. And as I got deeper into it, I decided to really take another step into the depths of it by attending seminary and getting a master's in theology. And it was very helpful because it gave me, it's not scripture itself, but it gives you a good wraparound understanding of a lot of different facets that help you ground your faith in the history of the church and the history of theology and how the church came to be. And it's been a marvelous journey.
Yeah, it sounds like. So I think you've lived a really, really lovely life. And, with all the things that we need in this world that we live in, that's changing. And then with the technology background, what do you think about AI? And do you think I know there's good and bad to it, but where do you see, I mean, what's your opinion about AI and where it's taking us?
Yeah, no, good question. Because I mean, a lot of my legal practice related to data analytics, which is for those who are familiar with AI, data is a key component of AI. And I think it's here to stay. And I think like all technology, there's a lot of beneficial applications that we can find for AI. But there's also destructive uses that can be found as well. And I think AI will be like other technologies that have come along where there's lots of benefits that come from it to society and to people and individually, but there's also dangers that we have to be very careful of.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll have to see. Only time can tell. We're in this launch of AI, and we live in this world of ever-changing environments. So this is just a question we ask everybody. What does bright side mean to you? And any tips for people who want to live a brighter life to help us have a brighter future?
Yeah, no, that's a very good question because for many they see the world around them and they see kind of a growing chaos, a growing darkness in kind of just less unity, less positivity, more angst and anger in the society around them. And I'm a believer that you can set your daily focus on what is good and what is beautiful in truth. Those are kind of three theological themes in the story, and in the kind of ancient Catholic tradition, those were the transcendent characters of God, his truth, his beauty, and his goodness. And I think that the bright side mission that you have, I think it very aligns very well with kind of that thought that if you focus yourself on what is good and beautiful and true in the world and try to just share your love with others and live with a hope and optimism that ultimately there's a God who loves us and a God who cares for us, and he's got a plan and he's working that plan out. And even though the days may be hard, the plan is beautiful and it's good and it's true. And if we focus on that, it'll help us live with brightness in our own lives.
Oh wow, that's really awesome. Thank you so much. And that is exactly what we want to do. I had enough of negativity and bad things going on. So I decided that my channel would focus on the brighter side of life and introduce more positive thinking and experience more with more people, because none of us are experts, in my opinion, and having a community of people lending their voices makes us much stronger than just the I. And that's why we have guests on our show, and we have this wonderful community that God has really blessed us with. We have an audience full of veterans who have served this country, and military, and people who are transitioning into retirement. living their life with their families and grandchildren, just like you, and wanting to have a better and a brighter future. So you have been discovered on Brightside, and we ask our viewers who are watching this on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever on the Brightside theaters and wherever Brightside is available to subscribe. And if you've already subscribed and you're a fan and you're following us, write us a comment. And as we say in Brightside, if you do buy this book, please take a photo and snap it and put it in the comments so that we know that you purchased the book. And thank you for doing that. So this is a book we highly recommend, and we think it's going to be great for summer reading. And let me see if I can flash my screen before I end so you can also see the book again, so you don't forget what it looks like. So it's Keven Baxter, Kingdom in the Redwoods, and you are discovered on Brightside. So thank you for watching, and thank you so much, Keven, and I hope to see you again on the show.